This video is for problems 13, 14, 15, and 16 from the Chapter 3, Section 1 review. The directions are to simplify. So looking at number 13, we have the square root of 8 plus the square root of 98. So right now these are not like terms, so we can't do anything with them, but we want to look to see, can we simplify each of these down? Right, I know that since we're taking the square root, I have 8 is the same thing as 4 times 2, which is going to give me 2 times the square root of 2. And then we still have that plus, and when we look at 98, right, that's the same thing as 49 times 2. So when we take the square root of 49, we're going to get 7, and that square root of 2 is left in there. And if I have 2 radical 2 plus 7 radical 2's, I actually have 9 radical 2's. That is our answer for number 13. Number 14, same kind of thing is going on, except we have 3 terms that we're adding together or subtracting. So since they don't have the same radicals right now, we're going to see if we can simplify them down. So when we look at the square root of 50, that's like the square root of 25 times 2, in which case we're going to get 5 square roots of 2. Then we've got plus. Okay, so we have 3 times, the square root of 63 would be what, 9 times 7? In which case we'll end up with plus 3 times, and then our square root of 9 is 3, and then we're going to leave the 7 in there. And then we have minus 4 times the square root of 32. Well, 32 should break into 16 times 2. In which case, right, we'd have minus 4. Square root of 16 is 4. And then we'd have the square root of 2. So right now we've got 5 square roots of 2 plus 9 square roots of 7 minus 16 square roots of 2. These two are like terms, so we can now combine those. We'd have negative 11 square roots of 2 plus 9 square roots of 7. Or you could have it written 9 square roots of 7 minus 11 square roots of 2. That would be the same thing. All right, let's go ahead and do 15 and 16 real quick. 15, we were doing binomial multiplication. We've got 5 plus the square root of 2 times 3 minus the square root of 3. So I'm going to go ahead and just FOIL this out. I'm going to start out here with 5 times 3, right? That's going to give me 15. Then when I do 5 times a negative square root of 3, I'm going to have minus 5 square roots of 3. Positive radical 2 times 3 would be plus 3 square roots of 2. And then a square root of 2 times a negative square root of 3 is going to give us a negative square root of 6. And as we look at that, none of these are like terms, and none of them simplify down anymore. So our answer actually ends up being 15 minus 5 times the square root of 3 plus 3 times the square root of 2 minus the square root of 6. That is our answer. All right, last one here for this video, number 16. I have 7 minus 5 radical 3 over radical 2. And then remember, so this one here, right, this is not able to be listed as simplified because we have a square root in the denominator. We cannot leave irrational numbers in the denominator. So this is where we need to rationalize our denominator. We're going to say here, to get rid of our square root of 2, we're going to square it, but we're going to square it by multiplying it by itself. And then we're going to do the same thing to the top to keep it proportional. So on the top, looks like we're going to be distributing the square root of 2 through. So 7 times the square root of 2 is 7 times the square root of 2. Minus 5 radical 3 times the square root of 2 would be minus 5 times the square root of 6. And then on the bottom, we've got radical 2 times radical 2 is just square root of 4, radical 4, which is just 2. And since none of these numbers that you see here, right, I've got 7 and 2 don't reduce, and 5 and 2 don't reduce, so I'm going to go ahead and just leave it in this form. 7 times the square root of 2 minus 5 times the square root of 6, all divided by 2. That is problems 13, 14, 15, and 16 from the Chapter 3, Section 1 review. If you have additional questions, please make sure you reach out. Thank you.